Hello friends, welcome to the course of critical thinking. Friends, we have earlier learned that one of the most important function of critical thinking is to find out the truth. Today we are going to learn what is the truth, because ultimately we are all interested in knowing the truth, but unfortunately most of us are not aware of the truth and still we believe that we know the truth. And therefore, it is very important for us to understand what is truth. So friends, we all know that truth is very important. Gautam Buddha said, three things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon and the truth. That means truth will sooner or later come out. It cannot be hidden. Similarly, Elvis Presley had said, truth is like the sun. You can shut it out for time, but it is not going away. Truth is eternal and it never goes away, and ultimately the truth will come out. Similarly, Dennis Diderot has said, we swallow greedily any lie that flatters us, but we sip only little by little at a truth we find bitter. And this is the hard reality of life. We are so much accustomed of accepting the lies as truth that when the actual truth comes, we are unable to accept it because it is not according to our liking, it is bitter. So, what is the truth? Truth consists of the body of the real thing, events and facts. Or we can also define truth as the body of true statements and proposition. So friends, truth is actually very simple. It is reality. What has actually happened, what is the actual thing, what are the actual facts. So truth basically talks about the true statements, that means what actually it is. So truth is the actual state of matter and something that conforms with the fact or reality. So we all know what is truth and what is untruth. The challenge is to actually understand and know the truth and disbelieve or discard the untruth. Truth is very important. Even though the fallacies or the lies may be very pleasant, but they are not good for us. So let's understand what is the importance of truth. Truth is very important for us to know the reality. And the reality does not change because we don't know the truth. For example, if you don't know the law of gravity and you jump from a high-rise building, you are sure to die. It doesn't matter whether you know the law of gravity or not. In the same way, if we don't know the truth, we will not be able to take the right decision because the consequences will be same whether we know the truth or not. Another very important thing is that truth is one, while the lies can be infinite. And therefore, if everybody is a seeker of truth, then we can all agree on the points and the conflict will automatically be absent from such society. So truth creates harmony and synergy, while the lies create conflict and hatred. Because what happens? Nobody deliberately believes a lie. Everybody believes that what they know is true. And then they start fighting with each other because the other person does not agree, because lies can be infinite and the truth will be one. So knowledge and truth is power, because only when we have the right knowledge of the truth, then only we gain power. If we know falsehood, then basically we are subjected to exploitation. And therefore, if we want to know the truth, we must have the right knowledge, and only by having the right knowledge we can achieve our goals. So that is why we must know the truth, because truth is powerful. Even though we may not know the absolute truth or all the truths in the world, but the more the better. Bernard Russell, who is a very famous philosopher, he once said, we know very little and yet it is astonishing that we know so much, and still more astonishing that so little knowledge can give us so much of power. This is what has happened. The science has helped us know the truth much better than what our ancients knew. And even though what science knows today is very, very small portion of what the actual truth is, but still it is so powerful that it has really made transformation in our lives. So the question is that if truth is really so good, why we are not aware of the truth. What are the challenges of finding the truth? So truth, the major problem is that it is usually hidden. It is to be discovered. Because lies, there is a purpose. Somebody is benefiting because of telling the lies. But truth, there is no purpose. And that's why people generally don't speak the truth. And particularly when the truth hurts, it is concealed by the multiple layers of life, because the people who are likely to be hurt when you know the truth, they will try to conceal the truth as much as possible. And they will never like that the truth comes out. Like a criminal. If you have committed a crime, you will never like that the people should know the truth. Same way. Lies get popular because they are designed to please the people. And they are designed to gain some advantage. And that's why they are very popular. While the truth has to be ascertained by your own effort, by gathering facts, evidence of witness, logic and reason. But even when we tell the people truth, still people don't believe the truth. That is the unfortunate thing. Suppose you know the truth and you want other people to know it, most of the people are not going to believe it. Why? The reasons are as following. First is personal experience. People tend to believe that whatever they have experienced, that is the universal truth. So for example, if suppose somebody prayed and got top marks in the examination, he believes that God has helped him getting more marks. He doesn't want to know that there are many other people who are praying and not getting good marks. But because praying has helped him, so he believes that that is what is the truth. Similarly, anecdotal evidence. For example, Mr. X smoked 10 cigarettes every day, did not get cancer. They will say, look, that fellow was a non-smoker, he got cancer, and that fellow was smoking 10 cigarettes in a day and did not get the cancer. And so it is totally false that cigarette causes cancer. Emotions, that is also very important, because when we are connected with some people like your spouse, your father, your children, we say they will not speak lie. And that is why whatever they say, we believe that as true. Similarly, the authority, if we have trust on certain authority, that person can be a great scientist, that person can be God, that can be somebody, a celebrity, some leader. So if that person says so, we say he must be speaking the truth. And so we don't question. And even if the person is lying, or maybe he is not aware of the truth, then also we tend to believe that person. Prejudices and biases are also something which actually distort the truth and we are unable to see the truth. We will discuss those much in detail in the later chapters. Cultures and traditions also are something which actually conceal the truth. Because we know about our culture and tradition and we believe that that is the only right thing to do. We don't get into other cultures and we don't try to acquire the knowledge of other culture. As a result of that, we continue to believe that whatever everybody is doing is right and other people are wrong. Similarly, lack of knowledge of scientific method, data studies, probability statistics, because knowing the truth is a difficult task and we have to really put in effort, we have to really acquire a lot of knowledge if we really want to know the truth, and most of the people don't have that much of knowledge, and that is the reason that they don't know the truth. Now, if we want to know the truth, we must learn logic, and that is what we are going to learn in the subsequent chapters, because logic is necessary to convince others about the truth. Suppose you know something, suppose you have seen person A killing Y, but how you are going to convince to the people? And for that you require logic, because through logic you can communicate your knowledge to the other people. And that is why we are going to learn about logic. And if there is a flaw in the logic, then other people can correct it also. If you know the murderer or thief, for example, how you are going to convince other? So for that you require knowledge, evidence, you require some sort of scientific knowledge, and that is how you can convince other people. Arguments, evidence, logic are needed basically to make other people believe in the truth and shun the untruth. And that is why the knowledge of logic is very much essential for knowing the truth. Finally, we are going to learn how the truth is actually ascertained. As I already told you that lies are all pervasive. They come to you without your effort, but truth has to be ascertained. We have to put a lot of effort to know the truth. Now, truth can be ascertained by different methods. For example, observation. That means you believe what you see. You trust yourself. For example, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, law of gravity, or a person A is killed. Now, these are the matter of fact. If we observe that, we know that it is true. Other thing is knowledge. We acquire the knowledge through different sources. You don't have to physically go to Delhi to know that Delhi is the capital of India. You can learn from the books. Similarly, the criminal and civil law also help us learn the truth. So if you have the knowledge, you know that if particular person has done this, whether he has committed a crime or not. So all these things are useful. Knowledge is very essential to know the truth. Similarly, the experiment. Through that we know the scientific law. Now these experiments are deliberately designed so that we can test whether our hypothesis is correct or not. And through the experiment, we can know the truth, like gravitation. Reason and evidence is another method by knowing the truth. For example, Earth is spherical or revolve on its own axis and revolves around the sun, or X has killed A. Now these things are basically based on reason and evidence. We know that Earth has to be spherical because the people who are at the opposite side of the planet, for example, somebody is in India, somebody is in America, we know that when there is a day here, there is a night there. And so if you logically, try to apply your mind, and then you will know that Earth has to be spherical, it just cannot be flat. Similarly, a lot of research studies are published where a large number of people are studied, a large number of data are collected. Through the research also we understand a lot of truth. For example, cigarette causes cancer, obesity causes cardiac arrest. Now these are the facts which may not be true in every particular case, but through gathering a lot of knowledge and a lot of data, we can say that these are something which is true. Scientific investigations also are very important, like Big Bang theory, quantum theory, and through these scientific investigation also we have a certain lot of truth. Collaborative evidence are sometimes necessary. For example, if we don't have sufficient evidence, then statement of witnesses and through cross-examination also we know the truth. So these different methods of ascertaining the truth will be discussed in the latter chapter of this particular course. So one thing we have to understand, that we have to search the truth ourselves. Whatever comes to you automatically may not be truth, because lies are all powerful, lies are all pervasive, and we have to really make it a lot of effort to know the truth. Thank you very much.